Traditionally, humanitarian organisations have not been that good at looking after their data, because when we have staff working in challenging locations where an armed group might walk in the door and take control of our office, or their laptop might be forcibly taken off them when they're going through a control checkpoint, with Okta at our side, we can protect NRC's information and ensure that personal data of our staff and beneficiaries is safer.
We are the care holders of the data of the most vulnerable people. People who have fled conflict, people who may be persecuted from state actors and governments.
There's now 100 million people displaced around the world. The Norwegian Refugee Council is needed now more than ever.
So we work in a very diverse context. So we are here in Oslo, we have access to everything. We work in places where we have access to nothing. There is no infrastructure.
We have 16,000 people working for us across 35 countries, and that number keeps growing year to year.
We are very dependent on digital services, on our digital tools we use. It's important that we have a very safe way of doing that, a way that ensures that staff all across the world can use these services safely.
Before we got Okta back in 2016, we had this classic enterprise setup. We had a hosted on-prem environment. Scaling was hard, adding services were hard, everything was hard and expensive. We realized in the end that this has to end. We need to do something else.
And this is where our relationship with Okta comes in.
Okta is kind of the hub in the wheel. Everything is connected to Okta and it pivots out from there. Whenever you want to get to an application, Okta is there.
Whether we're home or in the office, whether we are in Afghanistan, in Colombia, in Central African Republic. Okta has become an integral part to how NRC deploys its technology, its applications, its security posture.
Okta has helped us tremendously during NRC's own growth. Okta has grown with us. Back in 2016 when we started, we had around 4,000 identities and 3 apps. Today we have more than 9,000 staff in the user directory and more than 100 apps deployed.
It's a very simple and effective way of helping to keep NRC safe.
What we've seen over the last decade is a continuous growth of the population that we need to support. In 2020, we reached 12 million people. In 2021, we managed to reach 10 million people. But you can see that the gap keeps growing. Technology has a role to play in closing that gap and allowing us to reach more people and do more with what we have.